Oh, Ray Conda. Oh, I think I'll wander. Kiss you on your cheek.
What is going on, everybody? It's me, Ray Conda, your host for the Ray Conda Moto Vlog Experience. How's everybody doing today? I hope well. I know it's been a week or so since my last update. I have been quite busy and laid up. That's right. After the Silverwood adventure, I really threw my back out. I had the wrong shoes on the whole time. I got tossed around on roller coasters, and I'm an old man now. Old man. I have gray hairs in the head hair. I had to specify. On the top of my head, there are gray hairs. It's an unsightly thing, although it's a little distinguished. I guess I could say I am looking a tad bit distinguished. Not yet like Silver Fox style, but, you know, I think in a few years, we might be able to call myself the Silver Fox. Am I going to make this? No. Safety first. Safety first. Let's just stay here. So, I've been going to the chiropractor several times in the past 2 weeks. You know, one of the main things he said, and let me just back up for a minute. This chiropractor is like 6'4". No, what's up, dude? Norwegian Viking with a mullet. I mean, dude is like, hello, my name's Bjorn. I will twist you like pretzel. And I'm like, cool, man. Go for it. And he literally just like balls me up and twists me out, and you hear like cracking all up my spine, and I feel great. Though it hasn't fixed it completely, it's still like a little sore, and maybe that's Bjorn's fault, I don't know. But it's a bit sore down at the lower back, you know, the old sciatic nerve, you know. And so I went another time, he did it, and he says now I should come in every month. You know, I'm getting older and I'm still running quite a bit. And the more you run, you know, the harder it is on your knees. You get old. Some people just don't have the amazing genes for that. I don't know. I'm kind of a frumpy Hispanic man, so I don't know. I got cardiovascular disease and diabetes in my family. Right? I think I don't have amazing endurance genes. But anyways, my back's finally good enough that I can get out and ride. I've ridden a couple times, but to short distances, you know, and I've been extremely busy with work, so that's why we haven't had an update in a while. We're just heading out right now, go for a quick ride, talk about some things, and yeah, so let's hit it. Let's get to our destination. All right, I suppose this is also another audio test as well. The wind is a bit howly in my helmet, so I don't know how well this is going to come out. Hopefully, okay. So while we head to our destination, I wanted to talk about some new developments in the Ray Conda Enterprises. Some personal life stuff, some pretty good stuff, I think. The company that I work for is an amazing company. It is one that I've never had the work-life balance that I have right now. Never had it before. And one of our main partners, not sister companies, but one of the biggest companies that we partner with in Washington State, has recognized that I am doing a pretty good job at what we do. And they're also recognizing that they are lacking in certain areas that which, if a person of my knowledge and caliber were to come over, that it would fill that need immensely. And this has been a pain point between our partnership for some time, in fact, because when I go to them and I ask for things like specific information and, processes, workflows, they kind of know what I'm saying. They're like, yeah, okay, I think we can do this here, we can do that there. But then they ask, 1,000 questions, which is fine, sure, but the learning curve seems to be steep because it's been a few years and they still ask the same questions. And so the vice president, finally kind of said one day, if we had you on the team, we'd be doing pretty well. And it was flattering and such, but I didn't think anything of it really. And then one day about 3 months ago, he said, I'm creating a new position on my team. I'd want you to manage, or I'd want this person to manage the team and be like my lieutenant in the east, as I reside on the far east side of the state. And, I said, well, that sounds pretty cool. And he said, I want you to apply. So he finally threw down the gauntlet. Finally said, okay, this is it. This is serious now. We need you. Instantly, I realized that this courting was probably something that would be really great for my career. This is a decent company. It's a hospital system, and I have worked for hospital systems before, and they're really the end game. If you can get in with a really good hospital system in a big city, you've got job security, you've got really good pay. I mean, what else is there to say, right? So, I start to talk to him about what I'd want if I were to take that job. And of course, the monetary concerns were pretty big, and he says, okay, what do you want? Got it. I think we can do that. Okay. I'd want to expand my team. If there's enough room in the budget to get some more teammates. And he said, well, there's only 2 team members right now, and they live on the west side. So he said, show me how you manage those 2, from a distance. If you do it well, you come over, once a month, troop inspection, things like that. Okay, all right. I used to fly over to the west side quite a bit for the job I'm in now until COVID hit. So I'm pretty used to the 6 a.m. 1-hour flights within the state. It's kind of silly, but and then I said, and then I'd want it to be 100% remote, even after COVID. And he goes, yeah, actually, that's what we want too. Because more companies today are finally realizing that they can shed some real estate and have their workers in a virtual environment and, save tons and tons of money on utility bills, power bills, rentals, leasing. It's great. It's great. He said, but if you need an office at any time, we can find you one at the hospital. Okay, that's fine. I don't really want to go there. I don't need to go there. I love working in my jammies. If you can make... Oh, that's pretty. That's like way pretty. Eyes on the road. Ray, eyes on the road. If you can make a very comfortable living, we're gonna come this way next time. If you can make a very comfortable living in your jammies, then you're doing something right. Am I doing manual labor? No. Am I relaxing with my animals in my jammies, making bukus? Yeah. I mean, but if you're happy doing what, if you're happy with manual labor, great. Do whatever you want to do. But I feel like this is a smart thing. So at the end of the day, I say, okay. And he goes, okay, I'm going to work with HR, and we're going to create the job description and post it. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I don't tell my boss yet. I'm like, who knows what could happen, right? And 2 months go by, like 2 freaking months, right? Of just waiting and waiting and waiting. And nothing happens. He says, well, HR is going slow. HR is slow. HR is slow. It's a process. Be patient. I'm just like, okay. All right, I guess. Okay, we're going to put a pin in that. We're at our destination. We are at our destination, chat. Oh, wait. This isn't Twitch. This is YouTube. We're at our destination, peeps. What I wanted to do, what I wanted to start incorporating was one historical site, mixed into these videos. And I thought that there was one down here. I hope I'm not a liar. I do know that this is the boat launch for the river, but I thought that there was a marker. Oh, okay, I see the marker. I see the marker. Ooh, don't go in the gravel. Don't go in the gravel. All right, there's a house there. All right, everybody, look, I present to you historical marker number 1 for the Ray Conda channel. Every month, we're going to go to a new historical marker in the Pacific Northwest, and we're going to read about history. And then we'll go back to talking about jorbs. Wow, the kickstand went down on my Triumph Bonneville, and it didn't shut off. Huh. I guess they trust me. All right. Nobody coming for miles. It's a Wednesday afternoon. I doubt anybody's out here, boating. This place is packed on the weekends, obviously. We're not doing an official Bonnie McMurray review right now because, as you can see, she's dirty AF. So please excuse the dirt. We'll do some sweet montages of Bonnie later on another video. Okay, I hope this comes out okay in super view. I'm actually going to open my visor, I think. All right, let's go up. About half a mile south of the mouth of the Little Spokane, there was then standing a log building built of peeled logs. Hugh C. Burnett, local settler, 1883. Small barn. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that in its native tongue. Local history suggests this double crib log barn was built in late 1870, making it one of the oldest existing log structures in Spokane County. The barn included 2 ventilated storage areas separated by a breezeway that functioned as a grain threshing floor. James Peavine Jimmy Walton is believed to have built the barn as part of a roadhouse and forage station along the Colville Road, the oldest of the pioneer wagon roads connecting the Snake and Columbia Rivers with the Colville Valley to the north. In 1882, Peavine Jimmy relocated his operation to Chateauroy on the newly opened Cottonwood Road. connecting Spokane Falls to the Colville Valley. The barn was then likely used by local Spokane Indians while growing wheat and oats, and eventually the Burnett family who homesteaded the area. Record snowfall in December of 2008 collapsed the roof of this historic log barn. In response, Washington State Parks undertook a rehabilitation efforts to preserve this relic of wagon road travel and historic settlement. Alright. This is pretty dope. This is a small barn from 1870s. One of the oldest existing log structures. Ta-da! Alright. Cool. Alright, anyways, back to the story. HR takes forever. HR takes forever. And I'm like, dude, is this happening? Like, you know, because you jingled the little money bell in front of me. So now I'm ready. Okay, let's talk. We haven't even talked money. We haven't talked, you know, responsibilities. I mean, we did a little bit of responsibilities, but anyways. Finally, HR posts a job. Job is, you know, X. Within 30 minutes, I apply. 2 hours later, the job is taken down from the website. I'm like, what? What happened? That's got to be a snafu, eh? So I emailed him and I'm like, hey man, job's gone. Did you get my application? He emails me right away. Yep, I got your application. And I don't know why the job posting disappeared. I'll look into it. He emails me a couple days later. There's an IT issue. No idea. HR doesn't even know where the posting went. But I got your application, so we can go through the official process. You know, because right now it's just a formality. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Not a good sign. Red flags, you know, like, come on. Anyways, his assistant emails me and puts 3 interviews on my calendar. One with him, the vice president, which is again formality. One with the 2 employees. Okay, so there's one cool thing I think is really cool. The one cool thing I think is really cool. Yep, that's what I said, and I'm sticking to it. Is this the right one? Is this what I was thinking? This is. Ooh, okay, hang on. Pausing. Ooh, and to our right we have a river, and to our left we have a dam. A dam river. A dam river. I don't have to beep that out, because that's what it's called. I don't think I've been here. Have I been here? What is this place? You're screwing my story up. Ranger station. Fire danger moderate. Okay, good to know. Oh, I can go slow. Okay. So anyways, back to the story. Sorry about the ADD squirrel. You know, that just happens. Maybe we should turn around. Sontag Park. I've never heard of any of this stuff. I've not been out here at all. We're gonna stop at this burrito joint and turn around. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, the one cool thing that they do that I thought was great was that I got to interview with the 2 individuals that I will be managing. So they get to see, like, hey, is this guy cool enough to be our boss? Is he kind of crazy? Is he high strung? Like, they get a say. Like, that's really cool. I would have liked that, you know, when I got new bosses. So that was the second interview. And the third interview was with the CFO. And if you're not familiar with corporate life, the CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer. There's in the corporate world, there's a like 4 horsemen of a company, really, like the top brass. And there's sometimes a ton more than 4, but I'll just using 4 horsemen as an example. There's like the CEO, everybody knows what that is, right? But there's also the CFO, Chief Financial Officer. There's also CAO, Chief Administrative Officer. And in the medical world, there's like Chief Medical Officer, Chief Nursing Officer. Anyways, when they got Chief in front of their name, you know, they're part of the C-suite. They are, in fact, the most important people there. Right? On paper. I guess I should say that. Like, the doctors and nurses are really the most important people, right? Not the administrators. But anyways, so I have a meeting with that guy. And that's the one I'm the most nervous about, right? Because, hello, he's one of the big honchos. Why'd I do that? One of the big honchos. And so I go through the first two, and knock them out of the park, right? The first one's just a formality. Hey, I need to talk to you. You got the job. What do you need? What do you need from me? Well, how much money am I getting paid? I don't know. HR handles that. But I promise you, it will exceed your expectations. Okay, I can't remember if he actually said promise, but he says, don't worry, it'll exceed your expectations. And I told him what my range was. So I'm like, okay, all right. You know, I don't know until I know. The next interview with the 2 employees went really well. They were cool. No issues there. I know them. I've worked with them at the partnership, if you recall. You know, through the partnership. The third interview, you know, I think it goes really well. The guy was the nicest guy. He didn't want to talk about anything technical. He didn't want to hit me with big financial questions. He just, like, you know, asked me about who I am, my work ethic, how I am as a person. What does the culture to me mean in a large company? You know, like, it was great. I loved it. And then all of a sudden, the VP emails me. He's like, hey, I just thought of a great idea. You need to interview with one more person. I'm like, Jesus. Really? Okay. 4 interviews for one spot? I guess this makes sense. This is a pretty high spot. High up there. Okay. So I meet with this lady, and he's like, it's more of a formality. She used to work for me. She's the director of operations now. So different department. But just ask her, you know, what's it like, day in the life, you know, that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. So it's just a colleague to colleague chit chat. Okay, like it, love it. I get on the phone with this lady, and first of all, she's amazing, right? She's so funny and bubbly and just like full of life, and I'm like, dang, that's awesome. But then out of nowhere, she hits me with like all of these technically hard questions, you know, like about the position, and I'm like, whoa, lady, ceasefire. This was supposed to be like a colleague to colleague thing. You're not even in my department. I thought that was funny. I really hope that you can hear me right now. I just want to set it aside because the wind is screaming in my ears. The wind is screaming. I really hope I can use a lot of this footage. We shall see. Anyways, so I get done with that interview. And of course it went great. You know, I was taken aback by all of the questions, but that's okay. You know, I did a little Neo in the Matrix, and I dodged and weaved, and I was like, hiya, hiya, take that. And so a couple days go by, and the VP emails me and says, hey, I'm gonna fly in town on Thursday. Can you meet me at the golf course for lunch? Okay. And I immediately text my wife, and I'm like, he didn't tell me to bring my clubs, so is this a good meeting? You know, because my thought process is this: I still have to work with this guy weekly from my side of the fence if I don't take this job. So out of respect, maybe he is coming to town to tell me, nah, it's not going to work out. But no hard feelings. You know what I mean? And that's why he didn't tell me to bring my golf clubs. And my wife's like, well, first of all, you're an idiot. Just relax. He's probably coming here to say yes. You know? Okay. Just relax. All right. So we're waiting. And on Tuesday, I get this email from the hospital's HR department, and the lady goes, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm almost done with your offer. I just got to do a couple more things on your benefits package, and you'll be hearing from me in like 48 hours." So I'm like, oh, well, cat's out of the bag now. I hope the vice president wasn't flying in just to surprise me with a yes, or because HR kind of spoiled it. So they are going to offer me something, right? Again, we still don't... Oh yeah, that accident. We still don't know if I'm going to take it, right? We still don't know. Because they could very well try to lowball me. They could, try to be like, we're going to give you this much. Or, we're going to give you this much. Whew. Hopefully everybody's okay. They looked okay. And tomorrow is Thursday, so we will see, what the VP says when I meet him at the golf course for lunch. I really want to just show up with my clubs and be like, "Hey, you got time for a quick 9?" I'm just really hoping that the HR does what I want it to do, right? Of course, everybody says that, right? They better give me what I want, because here's the deal: I love my job. I love my company. It is amazing. And so I have no reason to leave. The only reason I have to leave is because I'm trying to grow professionally. Always. I want to climb the ladder. I'm going to be a CEO someday. I'm trying to be the most corporate, blue-blooded Mexican you've ever met. Who loves to ride motorcycles. And so, because this is a clear opportunity, well, 80% clear, then I should take it. But if they try to be like, "Oh, we're going to pay you $5,000 more a year than what you already make," I'm going to say, "Get the heck out of here, bro." Because, like I said, I already have a really good job. So, I think at this point, though, the level at which I'm going up, if I take it, is pretty high. So I'm expecting quite a bit more in the range, So, but you never know. You never know. I just don't want to speculate right now. I don't want to speculate and be like, "Yes, I expect they're going to give me this," and then be disappointed, right? So who knows? But anyways, the whole point to this vlog was the job status update. What are we doing? We're waiting. We're in waiting mode. This cool hospital wants me as one of their awesome administrative managers, managing a team of individuals that do cool things. Spoilers, it's not the Veterans Affairs hospitals, though I do love the Veterans Affairs hospitals here. I've had great experiences there, and I haven't heard a lot of people dying. I don't know if you know a lot of the news about the VAs, but care there is not so good sometimes. But for me, I've been fine. So I count my blessings. Anyways, I think that's about gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys had fun listening to my story. And again, always tune in, because you never know what video is going to be a new historic section. Come on, lady. Yeah, I almost fell over, so I'll probably have to delete this part. Alright. We'll see you next time.